It feels like a good day to talk about rhythm, because the 4 songs I've put up now have 3 different rhythms. I've talked about melody and harmony a bit, so here we go. So rhythm is the pattern of the different parts of a song. Each instrument has its own rhythm, and there's also a collected rhythm. And it's different from beat. In the beat is the underlying pulse of the song. So when people are beatboxing, they're really rhythm boxing, but it doesn't sound as cool. Beatboxing, beat. When we play a beat, what we're doing is we are breaking a song into chunks to make it easier to think about and feel and to stay connected to each other. The Western music tradition, we tend to write and think about songs in groups of 4. There's plenty of other ways to do it, but you would have heard it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 of the songs I've put up already are grouped like that. Walter didn't know if he carried it over. Long division. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But you might have noticed I'm actually singing slightly faster than that. So I'm not just counting 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually counting 1/8 notes, half a quarter. 4 quarters in a beat, in a bar. A bar is just a chunk of music. Imagine cutting pizza. You got a pizza. You cut it in half. You got 2 halves of a pizza. You still got the same amount of pizza. You cut it in half again. You got 4 quarters of a pizza. You still have the same amount of pizza. You cut that again and you've got 8 slices of pizza. It's still the same amount of pizza, but you've got more ways of arranging the slices. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and I mucked that up a little bit, but you know what I'm saying. You're half the size of the unit that you are using, and you can fit twice as many into the same duration. Music is decorating time. We take a chunk of time and we fill it with stuff. Just like how art, drawing, painting is decorating space. We take a chunk of space and we fill it with stuff. And then dancing and theatre is both. We do both at the same time. We're decorating it time and space. Hurrah. It's like Einstein. Anyway, that's why dancers are smart. Now, what am I doing? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Do you notice I move the emphasis? So most of the time the emphasis is on the 1 and then also sometimes on the 3, but a couple of times there was on the and of a couple of bits. Generally the 3 and. 1, 2 and. Well, no, the 2 and. I do 2 and a lot. Another song in 4/4, the ones I've put up, is 20 Million Reasons. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. 20 million reasons. 20 million people in their own little worlds. Little worlds. 20 million reasons to feel isolated. So it said 20 million chances to take up. So you see that? It's rhythm. What I'm doing with the melody is fitting it to a rhythm that fits over the beat. So a rhythm is fitting a pattern in place. And when that is done continuously and consistently, that is the meter of the song. The collective identity of the different rhythms. There's other ways of defining it, but that's a good beginner's idea. Anyway, playtime, not in groups of 4, it's in groups of 3. We still call them quarter notes because of the tradition. So 3 4s, 3 notes in a bar, beats in a bar. We don't call it 3/3 just because the quarter note isn't really the fact that you've cut the song into 4 bits. It's a unit that we're used to thinking about that we'll use as our basic rule of thumb. It's like a quarter note is like a foot. It's a particular measurement that we're used to using. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And again, I could cut this into eighths. There'll be 6 of them. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and... But this is why I wanted to talk about rhythm today, because Don't Say Goodbye Without Leaving, the 4th song I put up, is in 6/8. Now 6/8 and 3/4 sound like they're the same. 3 quarter notes, 6/8 notes, that's the same. But there's a tradition again. You would have noticed when I just counted playtime, the 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, and it was the 1 and the 2 and the 3 all got emphasis. Mainly the 1, but the 2 and the 3 were still there, right? If I was counting 6/8, it sounds more like this though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the 2 and the 3 become weaker, and it's the 4 that gets pushed. So the difference between 1, 3, 4, and 6/8 is that 6/8, 3/4 is 3 quarter notes that you can break into eighths, but each quarter note still has the same amount of same emphasis to it. Whereas with 6/8, you're breaking it into 6/8 notes that you're really grouping into 2 lots of 3. So 3/4, 3 lots of 2. 6/8, 2 lots of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can still break that in half again. We call them 16th notes. Again, the pizza, you can cut 8 slices of pizza into 16 slices of pizza, tiny slices of pizza. You can even go further than that. 30 seconds, 64ths, 128ths if you want. I've never seen a song in 128ths. You could do it. I don't know why you would, but you could. So let's count that 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. Do you feel 2 ways a good choice to have? 2 ways is better than 1. So obviously, when you use a different when you use a different time signature, it gives you different ideas for different rhythms, different places where you can put your emphasis and your feeling. The phrasing becomes different. The accent of your words becomes different. So a good way to encourage yourself to, experiment with songs is, take a little bit of music and then see if you can change its emphasis to put it in a different time signature. It might give you a different idea. So that's a little bit of rhythm stuff. We'll keep circling back around. I'm not going to do topic videos too much. Like I said, every song I put up, I'll see if it gives me a thought. And we'll take it from there. Boop.